February 11th, 2022. Halfcast 237, episode 237. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? IRS to temporarily stop sending many taxpayer notices. Oh, no, you don't. I need you to send me every notice. I might never respond to them, but it's good to know where we stand. Keep your enemies close. Imagine having filed and paid your taxes last year, then months later, you get a letter in the mail from the IRS saying you didn't. That's what's happening to many taxpayers this year, thanks to automated notices being sent by the IRS. But if you got one, don't panic. There's a fair chance the IRS simply hasn't seen what you already sent in. That's because it's dealing with the mountain of returns and correspondence that has built up over the past 2 years. That sounds like a staffing problem to me. It doesn't sound like a me problem. During that time, the agency was called on to deliver several rounds of economic impact payments and other financial COVID-19 relief while trying to protect its own workforce from COVID. The good news is that you're not likely to get another notice for a while. The IRS announced this week that it will temporarily suspend issuing more than a dozen different types of automated notices indicating balances due, unfiled returns, and other deficiencies so that it can work through its pandemic induced backlog. Oh, the last thing I need is when I'm 75. I get a letter saying I got a paycheck for $50 back in 2003, and I now owe the IRS $3 million. Automatic notices typically require you to respond, for example, by filing a return, making a payment, providing requested information, or explaining why the notice is inaccurate. But the IRS is too busy at the moment to respond in a reasonable amount of time. They're being they are being real conservative with the term reasonable because I was on the phone with them for 4 hours. And when it finally came up for me to talk to somebody, the system bucked and it kicked me to the back of the line. Last year, the agency took an average of 199 days to process 6.2 million responses from filers to IRS proposed adjustments on their returns, according to the National Taxpayer Advocate. Tax preparer and enroll agent Donna Byrne herself got a notice asserting she hadn't filed her 2019 tax return, even though she did. She said, "It drives you nuts because you know you did stuff." And trying to reach an IRS representative by phone to address a matter can feel futile. They're nice people when you could talk to them, but when the hell can you talk to them? The agency has been getting 1,500 calls per second, according to a recent IRS letter to newsmakers. I know they get a lot of volume all year round, but I figured they would be more than well staffed all year round. That's the one job that COVID or no COVID, you can really work 100% remote. Do a little bit of headhunting. Get some of these weekend warriors from H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt. Get the guy that wears the Statue of Liberty costume and stands on the side of the highway waving his torch. Former Arkansas school district administrator pleads guilty to spending more than $230,000 on personal online shopping using district credit cards. Spending my dime, wasting my time. A former administrator for the Little Rock School District, LRSD, in Arkansas pleaded guilty to mail fraud on Wednesday after spending more than $230,000 in school district funds for her personal online shopping, according to a news release from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Arkansas. And not one pizza or ice cream party was thrown for them kids. From August 2014 to August 2018, Karen James spent more than $4,000 on a recliner, bath rugs, and other home goods from Wayfair. Not the shitty furniture company, more than $27,000 on 83 unauthorized purchases through PayPal, more than $199,200 on 2,462 items from Amazon. You're not tired yet, including housewares, makeup, clothing, gift cards, pet products, and knitting materials for a total of 230,000. $635.86 in fraudulent purchases, according to the release. When was the last time you seen a dollar amount with a cent sign at the end? She ran it up. James used two LRSD credit cards, funding by the state and federal grants that were issued to her to make purchases for early childhood programs within the district, the release states. As part of the credit card agreements, James had to sign stating the cards could not be used for gift cards or personal purchases, and items could not be shipped to her house. She did everything they told her not to do. Oh, a hard-headed ass lady. The district discovered in August 2018 that James had been submitting fabricated receipts and false transaction logs, according to the release. LRSD obtained original receipts from vendors to verify the actual purchases and found many of the purchases were sent to her house, the release adds. James's plea agreement will require her to pay $230,635.86 in restitution to LRSD, according to the release. If I knew I was going to burn it down like that, I wouldn't have shopped that Wayfair. You went out bad, sweetheart. Police find man decapitating girlfriend with machete in Philadelphia. Sheesh. As an officer, how do you walk in on somebody doing that and your first reaction is not to immediately just shoot that person dead? A man has been arrested after police found him decapitating his girlfriend with a machete in Delaware County, Philadelphia, according to local media reports. Officers arrived at the Willow Apartments on the 400 block of Springfield Road in Clifton Heights around 4:15 a.m. on Friday morning and found the man in the process of decapitating a woman. ABC6 reported the man was using a machete. Law enforcement sources told Fox 29 police said the woman was the suspect's girlfriend and the pair had been fighting before the woman was attacked. Whatever happened to baby? We need to talk. You go straight for the finishing move. Sheesh. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses told Fox 29 they had heard officers shouting and kicking down the apartment door to arrest the suspect. The unnamed man remains in custody while the investigation by Delaware County District Attorney's Office continues. Severed finger discovered in man's wallet during police traffic stop. Police in Utah received the shock of a lifetime, not the same type of shock those officers in Philly got. I'm telling you, after pulling a motorist over for a broken headlight, a severed finger wrapped in cloth inside his wallet. Foreign police had stopped Victor Chavez Zuniga, 27, on Thursday over what was thought to be a routine traffic violation involving the headlight on the driver's side of his vehicle. According to the arrest report, Chavez Zuniga was pulled over near 300 South and 1200 West in Orem. After running his license, police discovered he had several active warrants against his name. As a result, he was placed under arrest and handcuffed while officers began searching through his belongings. It was while looking through the contents of Chavez Zuniga's wallet that the arresting officer made the grisly discovery of a severed finger. Come on, it's a pandemic. Do you really want to be using your own fingers to touch these ATM keypads and these door handles and these elevator buttons. It's more than practical to keep a tool with you so you don't have to come into contact with these germ ridden surfaces. According to the police booking affidavit quoted by KSL, the finger had what appeared to be pus and blood on it. The joint was beginning to turn green, and the fingernail appeared to be decayed. The report also noted when officers removed the finger from the cloth wrap, a noticeable foul smell was observed. Chavez Zuniga was subsequently booked into the Utah County Jail, where, in addition to the outstanding warrants, he is facing a charge of abuse or desecration of a dead human body, which is a third-degree felony. A lot of killers keep trophies. If I was an officer, I would be wanting to get that finger into a lab to see if it matches to a missing person or a homicide gone cold or something. Court documents obtained by KSL said Chavez Zuniga's outstanding warrants related to a 2018 conviction for attempted communications fraud and a 2017 conviction for forgery. In 2018, Chavez Zuniga was accused of providing people with fake pay stubs and W 2 documents to facilitate bank loans and encouraging people to take the money once approved. He was charged with 15 felonies over the scheme, but eventually pled guilty to one reduced charge in 2017. He's been doing shit for a while, man. He also pled guilty to forging pay stubs at his own business in order to obtain loans. A warrant for his arrest was issued in December 2021 after he failed to appear at a court hearing set up to review his probation on the two cases. Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.